Routine, technical, and non-creative jobs will disappear. The biggest risk is people who think the old system will save them. Take a second to really absorb that quote from Mark Cuban. We are standing on the precipice of a massive, massive shift. Artificial intelligence is automating the traditional workday at a staggering pace. And that safety net we've all been taught to rely on, well, it's rapidly collapsing. But don't worry, because today we are going to look at exactly how to thrive in the face of this change. Welcome to today's Explainer. Instead of just, admiring the problem of AI-driven economic anxiety, we are going to unpack a tangible, profoundly human-centric solution. We're looking at a deeply intentional response to this macroeconomic shift, a blueprint for regenerative living, purpose-driven community, and alternative investing that literally builds a bridge right into the future.
All right, here's our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover 1. The post-AI economy. 2. The human advantage. 3. Regenerative building and living. 4. A vision of purposeful community. And finally, 5. How to join our local meetup. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The post-AI economy. The fragility of the old system. So, the crucial first step here is establishing a sharp contrast between what machines do and what we do. AI, it's amazing at generating reports, summarizing data, writing code, and drafting documents. And honestly, if your whole career relies solely on processing information, that's a pretty vulnerable position right now. But here is the silver lining. AI absolutely cannot understand meaning. It cannot build a human community, it can't create culture, and it certainly cannot design regenerative systems that actually interact with the natural world. This right here, this is where the future of true human value lies. And unfortunately, our existing infrastructure, it's practically a trap at this point. We are dealing with completely outdated education systems, collapsing corporate career paths, and a shrinking middle class. Add in the classic 30-year mortgage trap, which really just locks you into a single geographic location and a rigid financial path, and you have a society deeply unprepared for global shifts. Relying on this old infrastructure is exactly the risk Mark Cuban was warning us about.
Moving on to Section 2, the human advantage, skills for the next era. So, how do we actually pivot from being replaceable to being indispensable? Well, it requires a completely new post-AI skill set. I'm talking about creativity and vision, cross-cultural intelligence, regenerative thinking, deep human connection, and systemic problem solving. You don't just learn this stuff in a traditional classroom, right? You have to live it. And that is exactly why initiatives like Bahia Reboot and Coastal Horizons Brazil have been developed. They are deliberately designed ecosystems, created not just as real estate projects, but as active, everyday training grounds to foster these irreplaceable human traits. All right, Section 3, Regenerative Building and Living, Grounding Philosophy in Physical Reality. Now, this concept isn't just some theory on a whiteboard. It's already happening. We're talking real, local, organic products like raw cacao nibs, dry jock fruit, and cold-pressed coconut oil. These are sourced directly from the hills of Bahia under the Bahia Reboot ecosystem. It's a totally tangible, organic lifestyle rooted entirely in nature, wellness, and real self-reliance. Because true resilience means building differently from the ground up. The sustainable building practices championed by Coastal Horizons Brazil and Bahia Reboot feature this brilliant integration. They use modern materials for core structural integrity, but they seamlessly combine them with the extensive use of replanted wood, which fiercely protects the native forests. But my absolute favorite part? The application of hummed earth. It's a technique that provides incredible natural insulation while delivering this stunning, grounded aesthetic. It is ecological design, perfectly aligned with human wellness. Section 4, a vision of purposeful community, a blueprint for post-industrial living. Just take in the structural beauty of the villa at the Bahia Reboot. This is specifically the Phase 1B regenerative development. Notice the wide open green spaces and the seamless integration of the living areas directly with the natural environment. It perfectly captures the serenity of a purpose-driven, post-industrial life. It's a literal, physical manifestation of everything we've been talking about so far. And the financial and community models, they are just as innovative as the architecture, offering alternative paths to true resilience. Instead of that rigid 30-year mortgage trap we mentioned earlier, we are looking at fractional chalets that make global ownership highly accessible, right alongside global diversification of your investments. It means living alongside food forests and integrated water systems. It's all about building a comprehensive network of stability, centered entirely on wellness and cross-cultural collaboration, positioned a million miles away from the fragility of the corporate rat race. Which brings us to Section 5, join our local meetup. Start your journey in North Carolina. I want to explicitly invite you to engage with the Purposeful Global Living and Investing Meetup. These upcoming events are where we host open, really engaging discussions and workshops on ecological design, global mobility, and values-aligned investing. You don't actually have to fly to Brazil tomorrow to start shifting your mindset today. You can do it right here with a community of forward-thinking individuals who get it.
Okay, so here are the exact details so you can take immediate action. You can join the group online at meetup.com/investingabroadwithpurpose fractional ownership. We have 2 fantastic weekly gatherings in North Carolina. First, Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Great Wagon Road Distillery over in Waxhaw, and then Saturdays at 10 a.m. on the second floor of the Public Supermarket at Marvin Gardens in Marvin, NC. I highly, highly encourage you to RSVP and just jump into these conversations.
These are the emblems of the ecosystems actively building this post-AI solution ahead of time. Bahia, Reboot, and Coastal Horizons Brazil. They aren't just sitting back reacting to economic predictions. They are proactively constructing the physical and social infrastructure for the next era of human flourishing.
You can explore both of these incredible projects directly by visiting BahiaReboot.com and CoastalHorizonsBrazil.com. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with one final vital question. In a world rapidly automated by AI, where all the routine tasks are handled by machines, what profoundly human legacy will you choose to build? Thank you so much for exploring with us today, and we really hope to see you at a meetup soon.